Good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sports Tonight. This is the Thursday night edition of the show. Promises to be exciting, fun-filled as always. And of course, I like to start in the spirit of the season to wish you the best of this season, compliments of this season, and of course, wish you a very Merry Christmas. And we're looking forward to even a more successful, happier 2015. But that's how we welcome you to Sports Tonight this Thursday. My name is Toyin Ibitoye. Yemi Adebayo is starting up Sports Tonight with me this Thursday. Later on the show, we'll make a change. Dumnadio Konta will be here as well. And of course, being a Thursday night, we will be taking you across the seas. We'll be going to Washington. Sonny Young will be joining us later on Sports Tonight with all the gist from the United States of America, NBA, MLS, all that there is to football and basketball in the United States. Sonny will be giving us a lowdown on all of that. And of course, Femi Adefeso is also in the house. Femi is loaded. There's plenty that Femi will be giving us around the world of basketball in Nigeria. So you are in for a swell time on Sports Tonight for the next 45 minutes that we're bringing this show to you. I can assure you that you will enjoy every bit of what we've packed for you into this super edition of the show. My name is Toyin Ibitoye. Let me welcome Yemi Adebayo very quickly. Yemi, good to have you on Sports Tonight on a day like this.
Yeah, that was a pleasure. When there's a lot to talk and taking a trip across the money spin.
Fast-paced.
Fast-paced world of sports. Always exciting, I tell you. And I'm happy to be here.
All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's just get quickly into the mix and tell you that tonight is going to be like those nights where we will rely on you. I mean, every night that we come out here, we know we're not talking to ourselves. We know we are here because you are there. And it is very, very important for you to get ready to be a part of the show via feedback. Let's hear from you. Talk to us. For those of you who already know how to do it, you are familiar with our feedback platforms showing on your screen. But for those of you who are watching us for the first time from wherever you're watching us from, across the world, across the globe, you can take advantage of what you are seeing on your screen on Facebook. The address is Channels iPhone Sports. Of course, via Twitter, you can tweet at the two handles at Channels_Sports at Toyin Ibitoye as we go on the program tonight and give us a slice of what you have at the back of your mind. Give us your thoughts, your opinion to issues as we raise them on the program tonight. Ready to roll with us, and we will really want you to be a part of all that we'll be doing on the program tonight. There's plenty to look forward to on the show tonight. In the next couple of minutes, we'll talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We'll talk about the FIFA rankings. We will also take you to Abuja. Hopefully, on the program tonight, we will be speaking to the coach of the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria, former African Footballer of the Year, Super Eagles striker, Emmanuel Amunike. It will be on Sports Tonight this Thursday. And of course, we'll talk about the Flying Eagles. We'll talk about Ibile Games in Lagos, Lagos focusing on school sports. And of course, we'll take you to Morocco. Morocco is not hosting the Africa Cup of Nations, but they are hosting the FIFA World Club Cup, and it is already a major, major tournament with plenty of goals to celebrate. And of course, we'll take you to Washington, as I said before, and then we'll come back to give you a lowdown on what is going on around the world of basketball. All right, without wasting any more time, Yemi, let's start off from, well, easily, maybe the biggest piece of news today around the football world.
Yeah.
Well, the story really is not a good one. The Eagles are ending 2014 sliding down. Maybe that's a summary of what the year has been for Nigerian football. The downward slide of the Eagles continue in the latest FIFA rankings.
Yeah.
We're now number 9 in Africa, number 43rd
43rd
in the world, sliding down.
Yeah, I mean, a year that started with a lot of promise and ending, I mean, with little or nothing. Probably the only high point was when we went to the World Cup and got to the second round. And after that, I mean, it's really a downward spiral, and the slide continues. And we're 43rd. Last time out was 42. Even when we were 42, it was 5 spots down. Now,
so the downward slide continues.
It just continues. But at this point, I guess nobody feels, you know, hard done by FIFA's rating of Nigeria.
We already know we're down.
Even we, Nigerian fans, are a bit critical of the performance of the Super Eagles in 2014. And When you see this, it doesn't really come
Run through
as a
this for us very
surprise.
quickly.
Well, according to
Africa's
FIFA,
top 10.
yeah, Desert Foxes, as far as FIFA is concerned, in 18th position, they're the best football playing nation according to FIFA, followed by Tunisia.
In Africa, you mean?
In Africa, yeah, the best football playing nation according to them in Africa, followed by Tunisia, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, Ghana in 5th place, Guinea in 6th place, Cape Verde 7, Indomitable Lions of Cameroon, then in 8th position, followed by Nigeria in 9th, and 10 is Zambia. Before we came on, I was having a discussion with us, Konakma, and he said, who knows, at the end of February, we might be in the 15th position. Just to show, I hope that this gloomy picture doesn't follow us into 2015, because by the time it's hard, because the next FIFA free window is March.
Yeah.
So African countries are playing competitive football. They will get Nations Cup. They're going to get ratings. And although I said it wasn't going to be possible for us to be in 15th position, but you look at everything and it's really sad. And so, in times past, most of us would say, let's forget about these rankings.
But the rankings,
but now,
it does play a role.
It does, especially when there's a big tournament ahead, because this is crucial to FIFA. And for instance, if it was during the qualifiers for the World Cup and we're in this position, we'll be playing the teams on top. And it probably would have
a huge role.
It probably would have meant we wouldn't be in the World Cup if it had happened, if this was the scenario before the final qualifiers for the World Cup. It's sad, but it just means we need to work hard. It just means we need to work hard. And
let's look at the world, the picture.
Yeah, number 1, Germany. I mean, I think there's no argument about that. Followed by Argentina, 3rd is Colombia, 4th position is Belgium, the Netherlands in 5th position, Brazil in 6th, followed by Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal in 8th.
Joint 7 with France.
Joint 7 with France. Spain, 2014 has really been good for Spain as well, in the 9th position, and Uruguay in the 10th position. And that's the story of this year. You really can't argue on the international scene. In Africa, well, you might have 1 or 2 questions, to ask.
About how the rankings came about.
Yeah, maybe how Cape Verde and even Cameroon, get to be ahead of Nigeria. But at this point, I think a lot of us feel that, look, there's even no case for us to see anything with what has happened in the last 6 months. If the first 6 months was a bit okay, the fact that we went to the World Cup, won some matches on the trot.
Won a game.
At the World Cup, got to the second round. But after we came back from the World Cup, all the drama that ensued, what happened in the Super Eagles, I mean, you can't also not look away from the issues surrounding the handler and all of that. Everything just kept going down, down. And we are where we are now. And hopefully, it won't follow us into 2015, because that's what scares me at this point.
Well, talking about 2015, we talked about it yesterday. The Nigeria Football Federation have announced that the Super Eagles will be playing 2 friendly games in Abu Dhabi. Teams go to the Nations Cup will be playing the Eagles. 2 games within the space of 4 days. We'll be playing Cote d'Ivoire, we'll be playing Mali. For me, good tests those games are, if we take advantage of them. But then we'll be playing those games with mostly home-based players. But then there's a new development that we need to talk about very quickly, and that is coming from the Nigerian Football Federation and the World Soccer Governing Body, FIFA. There's a young man whose picture I'm sure you will be seeing on your screen any moment from now. That guy, if you take a good look at him, you may not see anything Nigerian about him. But the story really is that this guy, let me call his name. I wish Austin Okonakpan was on the show to help us out, because his name is Stephen Achibong Effion Uko. Swiss International, you're reading the story.
Yeah.
Swiss International at age grade level,
yes.
Under 17, under 20, all of that. But FIFA have now cleared him to play for Nigeria. We're told he's a versatile midfielder.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about this guy?
I mean, he's played for virtually all the age grades. I don't know if he's played for you under 23, but from 17, 18, 19, he's played for them, and he has decided to switch allegiance to Nigeria, and I think it's a good one. Also in a position where a lot of people are saying we need reinforcements, and I think the NFF, you know, I mean, this has been on for a while, you know, where you can't get some youngsters who have received the kind of diet that some of these world stars receive, that we may not be able to give them here. And once they're willing to play for us, and they have gotten to that level where, I mean, they've used all the opportunities available to them in these top leagues, and they can now deliver for Nigeria. I saw Morocco do it under Bodozaki, where a lot of players from the French league, and before you know what, Morocco was...
Nigerians have done it too.
Yeah, before you know it, Morocco was beating us at the Nations Cup in 2004. Algeria benefited from something close to this at the World Cup. And so it's one of the ways where, you know, you can't just reduce the gap between the advanced countries.
But then can you really look at Switzerland as being a powerhouse in European football? Well, they have structures and they produce some fantastic players. So maybe, and this guy is 23, he will be 24, June 19, 2015, he will be 24. So the age is
a lot
good.
Of years ahead of him.
The age is good,
yes.
If it's of quality. But then you have an opportunity of seeing him as early as January when the Eagles play those friendly games against Cote d'Ivoire and Mali. But let's talk about this guy as well, Chuba Akpom. That sounds also like Akwa Ibom. And then you have Semi Ajayi. Semi Ajayi tried out with the Flying Eagles en route to the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. I don't know whether I eventually made the team. I'm not sure. But these guys both play for Arsenal, Yemi.
Yeah.
And they want to play for the Eagles in the friendlies against Cote d'Ivoire and Mali. What can you tell us about these guys?
Incidentally, these guys...
they look alike, but they are not twins.
Their squad number is very close, 37, 38.
Wow.
They're Nigerian. I mean, one is a defender. I mean, Semi is a defender. Chuba Akpom is a striker.
I've been reading about him a lot. It's got a lot of goals for the
a lot has been said about
team
him
of Arsenal and all of that.
At some point, we thought it was going to break into the main squad. And if you're an Arsenal fan, you know some of these players, you know the quality they have.
Semi has had a few opportunities with the A team, with the main squad.
He tried out
after injuries to some of the key players.
He tried out with Charlton Athletic some time ago, and he's a good defender. And all of this, it makes me happy. Once these guys show the willingness, they want to play for Nigeria, we can catch in on that opportunity. That does not mean in any way that we neglect discovering and nurturing talent here.
Because I believe there are fantastic players here waiting to be nurtured.
But also, it doesn't mean we shouldn't take this kind of opportunities
that these guys are throwing at us
when they come, because these guys enjoy... They're truly young, enjoy using excellent facilities, enjoy, being trained by the best managers, enjoy being exposed to all the best facilities. In Nigeria,
the basics of the game.
A Nigerian can only see in their dreams, and so I'm happy that these guys. But you know,
they could also be having the opportunity to play the games against
ideally
Cote d'Ivoire and Mali. Is it not too early to just throw them in?
Well, it's a good opportunity. Ideally, those matches would have been tuned up for us if we had qualified.
Don't talk about. Don't go there anymore.
For the Nations Cup.
Don't rub it in anymore.
Yeah, but these games is an opportunity both for the home-based lads and for the guys who probably may not have a look in if the main guys were around. So those guys come. Nobody's going to look at your age. Nobody's going to look at anything. Just come, show us
what you can do.
That you're good enough. And you have a run-in. And a lot of players of Nigerian descent scattered across Europe. So we need to start taking advantage of that as well for as many that are willing to switch allegiance to Nigeria and decide to play for us. As many that we can get to help our cause, at this, especially when we are at this kind of a low. It is good. Then also on the side, we try to develop football from the grassroots.
So buttress upon, as we wrap up the discussion on this one, one of the chats I had with Super Eagles coach Stephen Keshi a while ago, he was also talking about Sami Ameobi, the guy who has broken into the Newcastle side, as having an opportunity to come and show what he can do for the Super Eagles. So a lot of these young guys could be on the radar of...
the only thing is that
but the balance.
The balance. It's not as if you try to do it wholesale. You want to have foreign-based
a lot of
players.
new faces.
You just No, there has to be that balance.
That balance.
You have to discover players from here. You have to look at the welfare of the already established stars in the Eagles. Ensure that they're playing well. Look after them. Then these new guys.
Look at what they can bring.
Try to get that blend. But if you say I disband some set, I bring some boys because they've been training with Arsenal, and it's not going to work. There has to be that blend so that there can be cohesion, and we can move on. I believe that 2015 will be good for us if we put our acts in order, and probably we'll learn from this. No doubt we've got our fingers burnt, but I hope that we learn.
But I think also the important thing for us, sort out the future of the Eagles. Yeah. Who is in charge of the Eagles? Very key.
That's a big question
for the Nigerian Football Federation to sort it out so that whoever is in charge is able to focus on the job at hand, and then we can quickly get cracking. There's no time to waste. 2015 is already around the corner. All right, Yemi, I must thank you so much for your time on the show. Yep. We'll go on a quick break now. When we return from this break, Nodio Konta will be joining me, and then we'll be taking you to Abuja. Emmanuel Amunike, remember him? I don't need to tell you about Emmanuel Amunike, former African Footballer of the Year, coach of the Golden Eagles. Will be on to us live from Abuja on Sports Tonight after this time out.